Kirtland Air Force Base isn't just an installation. It's the nation's hub for national security and space innovation. With 109 mission sets driving global defense across 52,000 acres, Kirtland is poised for incredible growth. The Kirtland Partnership Committee stands beside that mission every day, supporting our workforce, advancing innovation, and growing the next generation of leaders and scientists. Learn more about how we connect community and defense at kpcabq.org.
From the Albuquerque Journal, this is the leading news. I'm Gino Gutierrez. It's Thursday, August 28th. Here's what we're covering on today's episode. 3 guns seized from Albuquerque Public Schools students in September of 2024 sat in evidence lockers for nearly a year instead of being traced or tested by Albuquerque police, despite an agreement for APS police to quickly turn over firearms for investigation. The guns, recovered at Volcano Vista, Valley, and Ace Leadership High Schools, were only handed to APD on August 15th after the Journal inquired about them. Incidences including a loaded gun found in a Valley High School student's backpack, 2 guns tied into a vape investigation at Ace Leadership, and a loaded handgun plus a modified shotgun with a filed-off serial number recovered from a Volcano Vista student suspended for a prior felony. APS has since launched an audit of its firearm handling procedures. Gun seizures on district campuses have surged since the pandemic, with APS recovering 62 guns between 2021 and 2024, compared to just 27 between 2016 and 2020. Less than a week into the current school year, 5 more guns were confiscated, and APS says those were promptly given to APD. A 37-year-old homeless man, Lucas Peraza Abrams, is facing a felony charge of criminal damage to property after allegedly threatening Marriott Hotel staff with a knife, smashing windows, and repeatedly trespassing at the uptown Albuquerque property. According to court records, Peraza Abrams, who hasn't been charged with a crime since 2016, allegedly disrupted a July 30th event by watching pornography at full volume, slashed furniture, and threw a table at attendees. He returned multiple times in August, at one point hiding under chairs to sleep, and later smashing windows with a rock. Sheriff John Allen, who arrested Peraza Abrams after hotel staff said 911 calls went unanswered, says the case reflects rising violent crime involving unhoused individuals. Prosecutors are seeking to hold Peraza Abrams until trial, citing his repeated defiance of hotel orders to stay away. Homeless advocates, including the ACLU of New Mexico, criticized the arrest as a short-term response, emphasizing that homeless individuals face significantly higher rates of victimization and calling for solutions that address homelessness root causes rather than criminalizing it. Albuquerque City Council candidates sparred over housing, immigration, and mayoral cooperation during a Tuesday forum hosted by the New Mexico Chamber of Commercial Real Estate Development Association. Voters in Districts 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 will choose councilors in November, with incumbents Clarissa Pena, Renee Grout, and Dan Lewis facing challengers, while Tammy Feeblecorn is running unopposed. Candidates widely agreed on a housing shortage, but debated solutions. Pena highlighted $83 million in state funds for affordable housing, while District 1 hopeful Joshua Neal called for cutting red tape and criticized project labor agreements. However, fellow candidate Aaron Griego defended as a key to building a local workforce. Immigration policy also drew sharp divides, with District 3 candidate Teresa Garcia vowing to keep New Mexico immigrant-friendly and push for ICE transparency. Incumbent Renee Grout pointed to border-related trafficking concerns, and others like candidate Athena Allen warned that fear of deportation discourages crime reporting. Candidates also discussed tension between the council and mayor's office, with some advocating for collaboration and others emphasizing checks and balances. A mayoral debate is set for September 30th. New Mexico lawmakers on Tuesday clashed over the state's 3 federal immigration detention centers, debating their economic impact, conditions, and morality. The discussion followed a tour of the Otero County Processing Center and comes as Democratic legislators prepare to push to close the facilities, which critics say profit off, quote, human suffering and have a record of unsafe conditions, including reported deaths since 2022. Republican lawmakers countered by saying shutting the centers located in Otero, Torrance, and Cibola counties would cost jobs, slash tax revenue, and simply move detainees somewhere else. They questioned the state's authority to block local contracts with federal agencies and rejected comparisons to, quote, concentration camps, with one GOP member describing Otero's amenities as comparable to, quote, a celebrity rehab facility. Democrats and advocates, including the ACLU of New Mexico, called the recent tour, quote, sanitized, citing extensive reports of harm at privately run facilities. The debate signals a likely fight in a possible upcoming special special legislative session that Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham may call this fall, where legislation targeting the centers could resurface, along with a state spending package. And the University of New Mexico closed its Cornell parking structure on the main campus Wednesday morning after overnight rainfall saturated a construction trench, raising concerns that surrounding asphalt could collapse. The garage, located at Central and Stanford, is expected to remain closed only for a day as a precaution, according to UNM spokesperson Steve Carr. Jim Shaw, UNM's Associate Director of Utility Services, said safety is a top priority and crews are working to restore two-way traffic as quickly as possible. He emphasized that other campus buildings are not at risk, and efforts are underway to prevent further damage with more rain in the forecast. The leading news is powered by the journalism of the Albuquerque Journal. If you enjoy hearing all of the stories we share with you here daily, please consider becoming a digital subscriber to the Journal by utilizing the discount code in our show notes. Every subscription helps support local journalism and allows us to provide you with the news that matters to you. Now taking a look at Albuquerque's weather forecast, sunny skies are expected today with a high near 91, and as for this evening, partly cloudy with a low around 67. To keep up with all the latest news from the Albuquerque Journal, you can visit our website at abqjournal.com. That's the leading news. I'm Gino Gutierrez. We'll be back tomorrow.